Goddess, High Priestess, Empress, Alba La Panthera. If you're looking to book your personal session now during this live, the information will be in the pinned comment. Just go towards the live stream offers only, and that's where you'll find all the information as to how to book your personal during this live. And if you're looking to work with me one-on-one outside of this, or your recorded message or reports, that message or information, excuse me, is also there. What in the message? What in the message is going on? Let me see what's going on here. What we working with here, collective? So here. Is it this that I had? Nope, not it. Welcome in, y'all. Bienvenidos. Let me actually listen. Oh, I do got my fresh juice. I didn't have yet. Yum. 1 second. Let me do this actually. While we get ready. And all right, let me see what's going on here. Oh, let me put it to all messages so I can see the chat. All right. Let me go over to the astrology cards. Let's get started. I'll come over to the angel ones. Are we doing that for a little bit? That's what we doing? Or are we going? Let's see. This phone keep falling. I choose the moment to go live to be doing the fucking most. It didn't be that way. Organizing the energy here. What's the vibe? Divine intervention. Moving on, life's journey, new endeavor, going away one direction. Keep going forward. No resistance. Keep going forward. Steady climb, going with the flow. The challenge here is holding things together. Just heard you have a lot on your plate. Feels that way. Was that? Clarify that? Okay. Holding it together. Opening up your expression here. Long wolf style. Okay, alright, you just gotta stand straight. Alright, perfect. You gotta slow down. You want something to change here quicker than it is. Slow down. Again with this air energy. We just left the moon in Aquarius, however. You got all three air signs showing up on this board here. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. 3rd house, 7th house, 11th. Before I even get another card from there. There's a moving on, but there's a challenge here when it comes to boundaries and not holding steadily to those boundaries. And it's leading to some sort of avoidance rather than cleanly stepping away. Masculine energy could be of significance. So a male figure, brother, cousin, male cousin. What's this? A Leo. That just turned over here. And then Aquarius showing up again. Or you could be a Leo recognizing the boundaries you have to set here with certain people. Certain dynamic you are a part of. Something here about social groups. This despair card, you may be working now. You weren't working before. You had more time for people when you weren't working. But now that you are, things may be a bit funny with people around you. Because you're not as available as you used to be. You should be already be cutting those type of energies off when you're doing what you got to do for you and it's a problem. Let's see. Yeah. Unexpected income. You didn't expect this to come from who this came from. That you have to set boundaries with, apparently. Yeah. Change. You didn't expect this type of change here. I'm also getting with some of you, someone could be moving closer to you. You didn't expect this. Someone you know from the past is actually in your environment. Move closer, either state, no, it's the same state possibly. Unexpected income. Someone move closer to you. This is a separate side of the energy from what we was just speaking on. Someone move closer. 12-18, we got Sagittarius here. They've been around since Sagittarius season. A woman with a child. Or some of you could be meeting a single mother who is actually a predominant figure, a wholesome level of authority, and an opportunity could be coming about here that you don't expect. This could also be the reward for you holding something together, holding it together when it comes to all these changes you've been going through. It hasn't been easy, but getting through, doing what you got to do, nonetheless. You could be hearing about a pregnancy here as well. One more. Oh, that's Nipsey. Sudden wealth. Yeah, this is a major opportunity by Leo season. The month of July, June, July, August. Summer, the season of summer. So we're looking at from June to September. Male, female. People around you didn't expect you to grow into the person you are today. They didn't expect this. People had a different view of you, especially if you were the type of person that was a loner or, withdrawn from people most of the time. (2018) could be a significance. 11 and 18, specifically 2011. Something that you were mastering then is coming back around now from 2011. Mm-hmm. Mid 2011 to the beginning of 2012. Part of your creative passions here, your innocence and authenticity. So the strongest message that's coming through here has to do with people didn't expect you to grow into the person you are right now. Unexpected community child to the privileged one. Extremely wealthy at that. Extremely wealthy. Because you were doing something that was connected to not conforming to your community or society. Oh, some of you actually could be connecting with someone that they didn't expect, but this is a soulmate that you've had for many of lifetimes. You and this person will always find each other in every lifetime. Significance of the swans here. It's just out. Could be looking deeper. Somebody could be looking deeper into something here you're doing. Seeing if what it is you're doing, is it clean? 14 years is significant. Double up. Double. What is Nipsey is very significant right now. Somebody must have been tuning into Nipsey quite a bit recently. Or you could be a Leo rising. I just heard your foundation is about to be set. Your foundation is about to be, it already is. 11:33. Ooh, congratulations. 22. Yeah, you've been building on this for a while. Look at the energy with the pathways though. 2022 is a significance. Was that 4 years ago? Hold on. Let me look at this whole Nipsey. Lauren London birthday is what? Because she's a Sag too. And 12/18 is here. Let me see. March 31st was that day. Okay. And age 33. The Lauren London birthday is when? I know this goddess is a Sag. Her birthday is not January 1st. December 5th. Okay. December 5th. December 5th, and when is his birthday? August 15th. Okay. What am I being shown here? Because this just felt a bit. Let's see. What is it time for? Something that hasn't changed. 86 could be a significance. You could be born the year of the tiger. What about it? Especially when it comes to finding your way, going towards an unknown destination. Astrocartography is very significant here in regards to where you're moving next. To make the connection, connecting the dots in connection with the large amount of quantity. 33. What is going on? And then Leo again. California. Music, California, moving. And then the child again. You've had a long journey because of toxic behavior that had you hypervigilant for a while. 13 to 20 years is significant. What is this about? What y'all told me? Okay. Obviously this is a direct ass message because the park is significant. I'm not digging the way this is coming through here. Because this is giving missing child energy. 1, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 4. That's Venus and Aquarius. That's 5 of Swords. Let's just call it misconnection with the inner child. Because the child is showing up twice here. Sudden wealth, privileged. There goes that inheritance coming through. You were fought for it. I'm feeling that sensation in the nose area. Aries, that has a lot to do with a lot of fighting. 1138. This 38. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. What planetary on my end right now? We was just in the Saturn hour. Now we in Jupiter. The energy is being lifted off when it comes to not feeling safe since one was a child. Somebody also had an experience with lightning. Survived it. Higher education was a blur. Something about college and university was a blur. Aquarius again. Seeing the truth of people. Seeing the truth of people around you in higher educational settings wasn't clear. Rose-tinted glasses were on. A major situation here in regards to people around you who actually weren't supportive of you, that were against you, but were very close. Proximity to you. 12th house, Aquarius, you could be a Pisces rising. But you was also out here trolling people too. Sagittarius. Wow, all the God energies coming out. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Libra. It's one significant person here. Let me see. Hold on, because y'all doing too much. La Rosa. Wow. It's an ad here for Nipsey Hussle's Foundation on iHeartRadio, and then La Rosa, 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 Rose. Huh. It's time to connect the dots about something that hasn't changed and why it hasn't changed. Was it this way? This is giving detective work. $10.20. That's 4 swords. Jupiter and Libra. Echo chambers of confusion. You can feel this clearly in this Pisces season that's is bringing it all to the surface, exposing the situation. What's being exposed here? Something that was hidden, obviously. 2 signs, 2 signs. Wow. Mars and Pisces. Both of these are Pisces, the Sun and Mars. That's 10 of Cups, though. emotional fulfillment, why there wasn't that amongst all. It's time to uncover that. What happened? Why was it that way? Because Ten of Cups is relationships, family, communities, which community did come out that nurture growth. However, it did the opposite, which is why you're not being viewed you're being viewed in a way where they didn't expect you to move a certain way. You're someone who takes action based on the way you feel. And some people may disagree with that. To others around you, you may be someone who moves irrationally, or you don't process it long enough in your brain, but you overstand enough to trust what you feel and make moves based off of that. It's on some what's understood doesn't have to be explained. That's the way you move. Let's look deeper into this. Temperance. And the high priest, the Gonyo. Wow, wait a minute. You weren't expected by other people's perception to make it. They didn't expect you to make it. But you're one who is tempered, aware. You have clear vision. Clairvoyance is also significant. You know how to regulate emotional, intellectual, and physical energy so that way your life moves harmoniously, which many around you did not understand. You knew that your growth would occur through your skillful combination of logic and intuition, ambition and rest, individuality and connection. You've gone through intense changes with temperance coming out here. You're stabilizing your life again, adjusting habits, relationships, priorities, or expectations. Your psyche is reorganizing itself, and you're finding your way. I'm just slow down now. Justice. Wow. Law and order. Order that actually produces results. You have a better relationship between your intentions, your behavior, which is bringing forth better outcomes. You've held yourself accountable for certain situations as well. Examining your actions honestly and transparently so. You've locked in with the courage to evaluate yourself so you can see where you've actually contributed to imbalance if that was a thing at some point. No matter how uncomfortable it may have been, but essential for your growth with the biker lone wolf energy up there as well. 7 of Libra. This could have been for the past 7 years or 7 months. Some of you 7 weeks. You're really preparing yourself to come out here strong for this Aries season. I can certainly see that. You're making sure that you're stepping into a new identity cleanly. Mars and Pisces before Mars goes into Aries. Because if your body was still running on an old inherited program, it won't do so. So before Aries arrives, you're utilizing this season, this moment, where it's exposing what is still stored in the system, not to overwhelm you, but allowing yourself to give yourself the chance to process it consciously instead of repeating it automatically. These are both energies about balance and refinement, temperance and justice. That's the proper accountability of you seeing partnerships that are being mirrored back to you and making sure of the ways you move forward with certain situations, or if not. And then all this major arcana showing up in here. What? Okay, now this is intriguing though. The order that it's in. What's this? Is this the Six of Wands or Swords? This is Six of Swords, which is about you moving forward based on universal guidance. Not really sure where you're going next, but you trust that where you're going and you have faith and you know that all is well. So an end of a situation occurs after you've integrated something. But, because integration happens or follows transformation. Oh, you reorganized yourself first. You knew what was coming. Okay. You knew what was coming. And that song, the way it played, reminded me of that Nipsey song again. me clarify this. Why is it coming through in this order? Because, ooh, wait. Said it's time. Clairvoyance, yeah, you foresaw something here. Let's clarify this order here. The order. Temperance. Page of Swords. This current moment came to you in a vision 2 years ago. Yes. Approaching, or you saw a pattern clearly in this specific moment before going into Aries season. This is Three of Wands, Sun in Aries. There could also be a message. If I've done a reading for you 2 years ago, this is very significant to know. Five of Cups, sorrow, pains, and regrets. Mars and Scorpio energy. You've been going through a major process of integration from something that occurred 2 years ago that you're now ready to actually go through the transformation and bring balance to it. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Nothing's coming through with that. Yes, it's the Queen of Pentacles, but not right now. Oh, wow. So you don't see that coming, your abundance, the way that it assists you with your abundance. Financial increase. Also getting a stable home. One more. Temperance. You're integrating now from a situation that occurred 2 years ago. Whoa. Yeah, literally, that's 13. You've been overwhelmed with options. But that's because you were triggered by something outside yourself. Your mind has been scrambling to assign what you felt to objects instead of you allowing the feeling to cycle through. Basically, you would have a memory of something, felt it deeply, instead of allowing the energy to subside and cycle through the body and release itself. You would constantly place that emotion onto an object or onto an experience. And it didn't go through the full process of it clearing itself out of your system. So your desires, this is where In the attempt to connect to your desires, it was multiplying faster than what it was you were clear about. In these past 2 years, you have been working on that integration. Let me clarify the Page of Swords. You never thought you would find all that I need, but you don't need anything. That could be a significance. You recognizing that? Page of Swords is the Queen of Swords. Libra. What about it though? Clarify this some more. Hold on. Some of you, this is a Libra specifically. Eight of Wands. Mercury and Sagittarius. Seeing the bigger picture, what's being reflected back to you in regards to certain partnerships that you've been in. And now you're more focused on recognizing your authentic power, really connecting to that. Where you're seeing a deeper value of your desires. So if one of your desires had to do with, recognition for your authenticity, you may have gone through a process where your psyche now really connects it more to fame, admiration, or validation. And if this has to do with the profound emotional union with Libra having to do with partnerships, I'm looking at the board here. Y'all can't even see the cards. This has to do with an emotional union. Your mind may have converted that into a want for a mysterious level or an intoxicating relationship, especially with Mars and Scorpio showing up here. The veiled figure. Now I'm being brought to hell together. You've been holding it together when it comes to what? What we talking about? Okay. Wow. When it comes to what you see, you've been holding it together when it comes to the way you see yourself now. This is beautiful because what it's indicating is that this is your growth happening. This is really your growth happening, especially the child to the privileged lady. Yeah, this is your growth happening right before your eyes. You're releasing a lot now, okay? The importance is, especially those of you that have been here, you're recognizing the value of Pisces season and what to do during this season before entering Aries. So you're not taking in a previous version or past version into the new, which brings forth, a year where you're now going through the same triggers of the previous year. Knight of Swords, Gemini here. You're not rushing this either. Beautiful, okay. What you didn't see coming is how quickly something evolves for you when you understand the purpose of an opposition. Am I hearing myself? Yes, I am. Hey, Ocean Goddess, welcome. Never late, darling, you here. I'm just not seeing it coming. See, it's not showing up on my phone. I had to look at my computer to see it. It does that. It's okay. Now let's go to justice. Let's clarify the justice card. Emotional renewal. Okay. Let me see. Because, okay, the Pisces connection before Aries, right? Because we have so much energy sitting in the sign of Pisces. And Pisces is not about identity, it's about everything that existed before identity formed. So, each and every one of you, here's your homework. When it comes to the way your identity was formed, the sign that's before your rising sign, that tells you everything about that. Based off of that energy, what have you inherited as far as emotional patterns, subconscious behaviors, family conditioning that was never questioned? You know? See something, hold on. Let me jot this down. Some of you could really be a Pisces rising because it's something in regards to lack of boundaries. No, not Pisces rising, Aries. You would have a Pisces 12th house. It gives you a heightened sense of spiritual awareness and compassion, but it's important to watch for lack of boundaries or absorbing too much. Now, with so much Sagittarius energy that came up here, this could also have to do with what you're integrating now, moving past, moving through, is where you may have avoided reality through escapism. You have a strong gift of spiritual insight and inner guidance, but avoiding that through escape. You're integrating why that happened. Why? Let me grab one more. Actually, that's the Law and Order energy. Okay. So why? Pisces. Afraid of being loved fully, thoroughly, being seen through your emotional depths. And then there's the other side of not the fear of it, but more so overdoing it, therefore bringing in the energy of lack of boundaries or absorbing too much. Let me see. Yeah, that's what that was. Okay. Also, emotionally, you're integrating discipline and solitude because you began watching for the way you suppressed emotions in the name of control. No longer losing yourself to keep the peace and reconnecting to your deep understanding of connection dynamics. See what else coming through here. You brought to balance emotions that you've been absorbing that weren't yours, which is now allowing you to have precise, powerful emotional intuition because you do carry deep emotional memory the way this is coming up here, which means you have a strong connection to family patterns and past emotional experiences, especially if you're a Leo rising. Okay. Being brought back to Nipsey again. 8:15. That's Leo. And then we going straight to the death card. You know what? Yeah. Everything we said thus far is actually the order as to which it's happening. Okay, so inevitable ending and change when it came to something that you felt was stable. Then we have the Empress. Oh, wait. Queen of Cups. You have to turn your back on this. You read, oh, wow. You're integrating from what you've had to turn your back on. What? Show me. This is a very deep change of events. Because the way I'm feeling that this is coming through, I can sense that you got to the root of this situation, but okay. So you stop explaining yourself to people, possibly, even to yourself, even to yourself, even to yourself. You stopped over explaining for the sake of control or to not see something as clearly as you were seeing it. Making excuses, basically. Making excuses. Okay? And you stop doing that. You stop doing that. Okay. All right. You put an end to it when it came to being indecisive. And you recognize that the moment that you've actually went face to face with what it is that you were mentally conflicted with, you recognize it wasn't as brutal as you expected it to be, and this is why you've also held on. There you go. This is why you was holding something together for so long. And the moment that you released it, you realize things are not as turbulent as you thought they would be. It was actually more turbulent to hold on to it. Hold on. Because some of you, the message of your soul chose this dynamic is actually what's assisting you to get through some of this stuff here. Well, all of it. Someone loves chili. I just smelled chili. But that could also be the Queen of Swords energy, cutting clearly through something, clearly communicating. Clear communication. Wow. Yes, clear communication, because this is unclear arguments and all this other shit. And you've got to the root of the Three of Swords, of the heartache and loss. Let me see, hold up. You've been resting better now, because I'm getting the energy of the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords. If we track this backwards, you're getting better rest now. 10 of Pentacles, okay. Wow. Yeah. You've actually you know what? Some of y'all here listening. Y'all really in here do what the fuck you supposed to do. Yeah. Y'all better come on with it. This is Mars and Pisces right here. You consciously withdrew without, avoiding confrontation, and it landed you further into the truth of your identity and your purpose, and you were able to see clearer when it came to the past, present, and the future as well. And you're going towards your purpose, your immortal spirit, your soul here. You recognize that life is in your hands. For all to be well is based on the direction you take and what you decide to do. This is fire right here. You unlocked an emotional renewal and generational wealth. Wow. Clarify. People didn't expect you to turn out the way you did, neither did you. You didn't expect yourself to turn out the way things have. You know what? Not that, yo, come on now. The 9 of Pentacles is given the laurel wreath. So, you're recognizing your authentic power. That's why, Nipsey keep coming up. He's a Leo. You may have been taking yourself out on dates. You've been more loving to yourself. You've been loosening up the chains that you at one point allowed to restrict you. Because 15, he's born on the 15th. 15 with the devil card, the life you've lived. You recognizing where you've allowed the chains to trap you. And now you've mastered that level of emotional intelligence through that. You've taken the chains off. You're utilizing your feelings as a power, your sensitivity as a power. not as a weakness. Some of you may have actually disengaged from people who don't see the value of you, obviously, but on a deeper level where you felt as though you really couldn't be open with them. You finally been able over the past 2 years to disengage from that type of energy. You've been noticing it's been feeling off for some time now, but within the past 2 years, 1222 right now, 222. Yeah, you've made the adjustments when it came to a significant partnership that was having a major effect on your nervous system. That's a 6. And you're seeing your value. 6 is connected to Venus. Okay. That's Venus in Virgo. Being mindful as to who you are of service to. The moon and the 8 of Pentacles. Moon in Virgo. You got receipts for the shit that you've been seeing. You're not tripping. The Lovers and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, see, this is what going back to the 9 of Swords, you're resting better now because you're seeing things bit by bit. Let me see. So it's actually, you're getting the rest that's required, which is now allowing you to open up to these ideas that's connected to your authentic power, your creativity, your channeling, your creative force, Ace of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands energy. And there goes the 10 of Pentacles. You got the 8, 9, and 10. Sheesh. You're really analyzing and checking in with your subconscious and your emotions before you engage in any type of partnership because you really see your value right now. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. 6 of Cups, you've learned a massive lesson from the past here. And there's an engagement now with deep basic trust, feeling rooted and grounded, secure. Now you're able to grow. 2 of Wands, which has to do with, okay, you make the decision and knowing that once you do, you can't go backwards. There's no going back to where you came from. Father of Swords, you're moving forward with the strategy. Let's clarify this transformation here. Let's see what it aligns with the other messages that came through. If you're looking to book your personalized message, view the link in the pinned comment. If you're looking for a recorded message, we have that available. If you're looking for a 2 to 3 card pull, just look at the section of live stream offers only within the link in the bio, the stand store. And there goes the King of Wands. That's the, yo, what? Listening to Nipsey or watching some of his interviews could also be of significance here. I'm also getting Kobe. And there goes the Knight of Swords showing up again. March 31st could be significant. You didn't see this level of opposition coming, which also is connected to the skill set that you've developed from it in regards to your leadership skills or stepping into leadership. It has to do with utilizing your voice. King of Wands. The King of Cups. Wow. Leo, Scorpio, the Queen of Cups. Oh, see. You've just unlocked wealth, unconditional love, amazing health. Oh my gosh. Because remember, you got that energy that showed up with the child, privileged lady, and sudden wealth in the middle. It's You're going to be so fulfilled, so in love with life. It's, I can feel that in my heart. In my heart chakra, it feels so amazing. What? There's a proper exchange of emotion and passion all involved. It's basically you seeing your journey as all worth it. You've really held it together though. That you really did. You had to come out of being a people pleaser. That wasn't a comfortable part of it. That's probably the most uncomfortable part of it, where you had to move on from the people pleasing or who it was that you at first didn't realize it was people pleasing. Not to that extent. You were just being helpful. However, you just gone a little overboard, especially when it wasn't being reciprocated. Six of Pentacles type of vibes. But now, this major change in your life, it's energy is lining up beautifully here, okay? This is your justice. Your justice is generational wealth, your legacy fulfilled, and you being able to enjoy it. You've been doing quite a bit of integration here these past 2 years. Yes, you have. It's the end of a cycle. Yeah, Saturn, Pisces. Before we once we get into Aries, yo, this Aries new moon energy, there's gonna be so much in Aries, which is really indicating a new beginning. Because some of y'all have constantly been hearing quite a bit, you know, this is the moment, this is the change, and it you had to hear that often so you wouldn't back down. But this is that moment. You really got a whole new cycle with Neptune and Aries, Saturn and Aries. Is come on now. Come on. You're coming out of this state of things that had to be dissolved, and it played a major role the past 13 or 14 years. A lot was happening in the past 13 or 14 years, but just the last two of it, it's also, we could have got to the past 2 years earlier. You ain't had the slow creep for the past 13 to 14. Then in year 13, 14, shit want to get even realer than real. The fact that you're here, honey, you've gotten to the depths of what your body was scanning when it came to, have I experienced this before, and really clearing out all the residue from the bloodline. All of it. That's why this Ten of Pentacles was showing itself quite a bit. Your reward is unconditional love. I'm hearing amazing events that you'll be attending amongst people who are in the same vibe. I'm seeing all white yacht parties, beautiful sunrise and sunset, skin glowing, smelling amazing. Men and women smelling amazing. Man, luxury is going to be the norm for you. Luxury is the norm for you. Whatever that is to you, it's the norm. Regal behavior through and through. Scorpio, Leo showing up. You're going to be seen for your power, and powerful people are also going to be seeing you. Your value, your price, your energy went way up. What's in the center? You out here shining, honey. Yeah, you are. It's time. You see, speaking of all white, I didn't even, you know what? It's time to receive your dharma. 8 connected to Saturn karma. It's time to receive your dharma. Network support. That's 10 of Pentacles right there. It wasn't changing, but you about to see why. It's really on some, if you had to go through this all over again to get to where you at, you would do it the same way. No funny shit. Because it's real easy to say, no, I wouldn't do this, but you wouldn't get to where you're at right now. Because this, the stuff, yeah, standing right on top of it again. Your opposition literally landed towards your north node. Look at that. See what I'm saying? Emotional renewal. This is going to bring forth miraculous healing through the body. I'm not even going to say miraculous, destined, because of the work you've been putting in with your emotions, the energy and motion. Now it has a proper way of moving through the body. You know? This is fire. Tell me more. 4 of Swords. You finally get to rest and rejuvenate. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oof. Wow. Yeah, you ready to move forward, of course. You recognize the change that had you restricted. Yeah. Able to rest now because you've been transparent and honest with confronting parts of yourself that at some point you preferred not to acknowledge. You know, the life you live, devil backwards, has become a powerful teacher. You allowed unconscious drives to be brought into awareness, and now the chains have dissolved. That whatever at one point controlled your behavior now became a source of insight in your strength. This was a difficult pattern to break because you recognize it was something unhealthy, yet magnetically drawn to it anyway. And you have overcome that. For some of you, I'm speaking that into existence right now. You have overcome that. Patterns that were difficult to break, you have overcome that. Because your present condition is already the past. You have to saturate your mind, your essence, with the reality you truly desire, not the dysfunctioning one that you allowed to control you for so long. But not anymore. You stop blaming external circumstances, preventing you from liberation. No longer denying the role that you played in maintaining these patterns that were difficult to break. You're no longer doing that. You put that to rest. You did your fucking thing. You did your fucking thing. You're no longer deceiving yourself. That's the full moon energy, as a matter of fact. It's second deacon Libra. Let me just double check because I've been saying that shit. Hold on. New moon in Aries is when? March. No, that's Pisces. New moon will be at the end of Aries season. We got new moon in Aries is on the 17th of April, 16, 17. And the full moon is April 2nd. Interesting. That's Marvin Gaye's birthday. And I was talking about this on TikTok where Kena was talking about Marvin Gaye channeling to him his transition and how he's okay. But the gist of that story is similar to what I've been telling y'all, where the soul chooses its life path. From a physical perspective or through your human body, certain things that you encounter here in this earthly realm can seem brutal, but to the soul, it's just you watching the movie and really thinking nothing of it because it's not happening to you. Well, And the soul is the same way. The soul now is just asking to merge with your vessel this time around, but it requires you to overcome this here double energy, which is simply having to do with, you know, breaking the chains from patterns that at some point were difficult to break. For each of you, there's going to be something different. The devil is connected to Capricorn energy, Saturn, the life you've lived, going through the test, the challenge based on what you've learned to overcome it. Wow. Let me see what else here. Come on. Shit. Message. Wow. You've reconnected to, see, at this. You've reconnected with the intelligence that exists beneath conscious thought. Okay? So, because the high priestess is what corresponds to subconscious and the deeper layers of perception that processes information before the intellect becomes aware of it. Dreams, symbols, emotional signals, and subtle pattern recognition all belong to the domain of the high priestess. And here you have Mercury and Pisces retrograde. That's giving you profound information through dreams, symbols, emotional signals, specifically ones that you may have missed between February 11th and when it went retrograde, 26th of February. That window right there, very significant. The 11th to the 26th. What number is that? 15. Bring that to a 6, that's Venus. All of y'all should be going to study your Venus energy after this shit. I love this so much. Listen, I'm available for personals. If you require my assistance, just go to the link in the stand store and book your service that fits you best. Each one is perfectly described so you know which one to select that will best benefit you, okay? Page of Pentacles, we're looking at 21 rotations or days or 3 weeks. It's literally around the full moon in Libra, by the way. Just about. Now, the high priestess is also in your everyday life is the energy of weight. There's more information coming. It's basically the quiet signal that your intuition sends when something does not align with surface explanation. Let me look and see. What is it? I know it is not her counterpart. These are past traditions that no longer serve your knowing, false beliefs. And you started there. Starting from there, look at what in the exorcism y'all done went through over here. Listen, you done put some shit to rest here. That, okay. From a third dimensional, and there goes the Page of Pentacles peeping again, Nine of Wands. You began to, oh, wow. We said we was going to go there anyway. We said we was going to do this. Moon in Sagittarius, right? Nine of Wands. You began to see the cycles clearly. What do I mean by this? So this is the essence of when someone says they can't be fucked with and they know exactly what they mean. There's not a candle, there's not a herb, there's not a sacrifice that will work towards this person that knows themselves before intellect or language even has a role to play in their existence. Before getting to that point, the extreme opposite has occurred. 12:44 right now on the clock. This is reaching the point where you recognize you cannot be destiny swap. That's bullshit. Can't nothing work against you except yourself. As long as you're in a state of fear, as long as you're in any of the low vibrational energies that disconnect you from the energy centers within you, such as fear, guilt, shame, grief, lies, attachments, delusions, oh yeah, you can easily be fucked with. Easily. Don't go too far with it, but when somebody is afraid or see the energy of being afraid or startled or excited, they all have this, they all come from the same source, but it just depends on what it is that one assigns to it is given this. It depends on what it is you assign to that energy. Because fear and love feel the same exact way. Or well, fear, love and hate have the same type of feeling, but it's just the way you process it within your feelings of your body. But this is also where the bloodline topic and the physiological effect of past generations comes into play. Where some of you have come from, certain cultures or families where they go about spirituality a certain way, and you came here destined to do it differently. In a way that the way you go about it, it may be frowned upon by many. Because you're going against a tradition as to the way something goes. But when you are someone who connects to elemental forces, you have a deeper understanding as to the way shit works. It's very easy to Mind your own business when you're not in a state of fear, guilt, shame, and all that other extra shit. It comes with it. Mind is a very powerful thing because anything you use external to yourself, anything you use external to yourself as a visual is always going to help in the way you process the information through a feeling that creates the result. This reminds me of the card I have in my deck that stepping into your purpose instantly banishes your enemies. Stepping fully, confidently, unapologetically into your purpose banishes your enemies. You may have one or two little stragglers that attempt to do something, but then they realize real fast, okay, yeah, we're not going that route. Yeah, been there, done that. Ten of Swords. Come on now. It's over for that. You moving for look, that chariot solid, you hear me? That's a solid movement forward, balance of the dark and the light. The emperor's the one in the chariot. So your inner authority, you stepping into your power, that's what you're gonna move forward with. That's what you are moving forward with. And the proper use of your action and willpower. Solar plexus, which is connected to Mars, and it's in Pisces, going through a process of dissolution as well before it goes into Aries. That's why the Two of Wands keeps showing up. That's the Mars and Aries card. Cosmic spiritual warrior, uploading. Cosmic spiritual warrior. So that's a whole different ballgame. It's not about, disrespecting any tradition. It's understanding that all traditions, when you put them all together, they all talking about the same shit. Elemental forces that reside within each and every one of you. So now when we get into the conversation of Ophiuchus, the 13th sign, one can actually handle the information that comes with that. So you're not on a slippery slope. It's time, all right. Man. That right there. Eso. That's all right now. That shit. Yo. Yo. Huh? Okay. Wow. And you know what? Because even the energy that you are destined and fated to connect with, y'all both was going through the same shit too. Matter of fact, let's add that to the mix, okay? Y'all been up and through there and done that. This is the perfect example here of when Venus was in Pisces. The North Node is still there, but the whole notion of you connecting with energies that match your North Node or going towards your true North, going towards your purpose. Anything that is not aligned to your purpose has been stripped away, will continue to be, as if it was a fucking movie. Word. Let me look at the Wands. Okay, 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 okay. So this is great news coming in. This is great news coming in because you're able to manage a situation on all different levels. You have the strength to do so now. This couldn't come in. It's coming in piece by piece. But it's coming in. Let me see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Y'all tell me, do we look at this? Do we look at this? What we doing, y'all? What we doing with this card right here? Go for it. Okay. Page of coins. Okay, okay, okay. Amazing call. Good, good. Great. Now, see, this is beautiful. This has to do with 3 weeks. This is 10 weeks. Something can come sooner than expected. So make sure make sure you ready. So you have to get ready. For some of you, I mean that the toes, the nails, the hair, this, that, or whatever. Get it together. Get it together. Okay? Because some of y'all about to get invited somewhere. And you better be ready. Don't say I ain't warn you. Okay? Don't say I ain't warn you, but you about to get a phone call on some be ready at da 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 da, and it's that day, and then you talking about, oh, I gotta get ready from now. Stop playing. Okay? Stop playing. Look. Sir King of Cups over here. Okay. Three of Cups. Celebration, honey. Celebration. Celebration. I'm telling you, look, 3 weeks, less than that, I'm hearing. Wow. Let me see. What's wow. Because you accept the situation and surrender. Oh, so this is a throwback scent. I just smelled Love Spell and another one. Is it Pink Seduction or something like that? I just smelled that. And the train is going by 12:55. Zero. Your scent lingers under someone's nose. It's, you know what? We got Taurus, Cancer twice. Taurus twice, the Hierophant, King of Coins. Okay. if you're the type that's used to doing so much for yourself, you're gonna have to get used to people doing things and genuinely caring about you. You're entering an interdependent situation. You don't have to be independent, hyper independent anymore. Okay? Because it's given both sides, the woman to the man, where she's able to be in her submissive, soft state, and he's in a position to be able to receive her that way. And she's in a position to be able to receive him as someone who is a protector, also in his nurturing state as well. But you know, you get the gist. I just heard a full moon. Wow. Surprise, surprise. What is it? And there goes the Nine of Wands again. What was behind this? The King of Swords. What is all these people? Okay. See? This is clear communication about a healing partnership that's going to go beyond this world. Your union with someone here and your journey that leads into this emotional union, unconditional love, it's actually one that is very significant to this timeline and the collective. The strategy is the ability to see through the cycles. And you both do. Nine and nine. Hold on. Y'all literally gonna be the first ones in your bloodline to actually experience wealth and unconditional love at the same time. It's usually one or the other. It's usually been one or the other. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're ready now. Let's see. And then the King of Swords shows up. You cannot make this shit up. What is... And then the Seven of Cups. Yeah, this is what I was fit. All right, I'm done talking. I'm just not gonna say shit. Because it's literally that. It's the principle of the divine feminine that's coming back online, not just about a woman. The feminine principle, the right side of the brain, the union between the right and the left is showing through the collective, through your physical experiences too. You have many ideas now that you can actually put together. You're not confused about it the way you were before. That's a beautiful rebirth. A reset from the root. Right on up. Because even... Obviously, these are two different decks, so the depiction is going to be different, but the clouds are not as thick anymore. You know? That's closing out the Pisces season, the end of an age. That's literally what that meant. It's literally what that meant. Oh, wow. It's 101 now. Let me see. For a moment, you almost forgot who he was, because I'm getting the energy of Jupiter ascending. That was a post that I put up in one of the, what is that, the reels? Yeah. Jupiter ascending. And Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer, where it is now. So emotions are certainly running high about what is home, security, safety to you. You know? Okay, so that's the reason why Nipsey kept on coming up, because there was a post that I saw with Lauren London, and basically her stating that she's okay on being to herself, well, you know, for the remainder of her life here on Earth, because she'll never experience, because she feels as though she'll experiencing love the way she has was her experiencing it to that extent. And I totally respect that. For sure, for sure. That's how deep their love was. Or is, not even was. That's how deep their love is. It's that type of, that's the swan's energy. But you always find each other every single lifetime. I've been seeing quite a few posts with that energy as well. Where past life soulmates coming back online. Because the earth said, we doing this time. All of y'all, all at once. We're going to throw a bonanza up in here. Bonanza? What? You know what? Whatever. But yes, my loves. That is the information that we have for this evening. That was lovely. Gratitude, P-Vibes. Gratitude. That is the information on the screen as to how to obtain your personal message with I. And I look forward to working with you all. Have a blissful evening. Congratulations, you beautiful, handsome lovebirds, y'all. Just send me the invite. You know, don't expect me to be there, but at least send me the invite. Because, yeah. Oh, y'all can't even see it. Never mind, it's okay. Ciao. Later.